at your brain, which I'll show right now, the right half of your brain, right half for me, goes ahead and it traces large scale pattern recognition. And what that means is it's looking for major ideas, major patterns, things that are common across time. Consider it's looking for storylines. It's looking for ideas of, okay, men do these things, women do these things, good guys do these things, bad guys do these things. This is what I should expect out of cars. This is what I should expect out of things. And it has like a weaving to it. It's large scale pattern recognition. Whereas the left side, it's looking for small scale pattern recognition, or it's thing you focus on ideas and you would say are the facts. So if you're to break the two apart, you're looking at the right side is like context and left side is content. It's looking for, left side is going to look for, well, here's a thing that happened, like an event or something like that, or here's a person, or here's an individual aspect of something I'm experiencing now. And then it goes to the right side of your brain, which interestingly enough is more emotionally rooted. And the right side gives you its valence, basically its meaning. It makes a fact or an objective thing no longer a fact. It's going to tell you if it's good, bad, something to avoid. It's going to give you some sort of value and meaning for it, usually guided towards action. And it's pretty much, you would say, is the unconscious, whereas this other side that we're talking about is looking consciously at things. And so you're chained to the rhythm of the way you've been programmed, because as you've grown up, everything you've experienced, everything you've talked about, all the meanings and the meaningful conversations you've had with people and your parents and the traumatic events and the good events have been programmed on that right side. And what it's doing is it's as like a map that everything gets put onto. And it's been built up throughout all your years of your life. You're not consciously updating that. And the way I mean you can update that, and to double back again real quick, I think where we see this right now is in politics. Yes, there's a fact. We see people show a fact that most people agree with, and then you'll see the way everyone interprets it completely different, and it's annoying. Everyone will take it completely different directions as to what that fact means. But it doesn't take away that it's a fact. And we get this mindset from the idea of the whole scientific revolution. We've only been thinking objectively about things, or at least telling ourselves we have, for the last 400 years. It's a whole new part of our brain and a whole new way of, not part of our brain, a new way of thinking. And you think the proof of this is go back to the Dark Ages. Everyone would talk about things with the meaning that they were supposed to mean attached to the object. So wolves out in the woods were always talked about as if they're devils. They're this evil thing because, back then, before guns and everything like that, they could kill people. A pack of wolf would go take down somebody if they went out at night and were alone. So they're devils. Certain things were considered good and heavenly, and certain things considered bad. And if you listen to certain lectures out there, like with Jordan Peterson, and even some things that they talk about with Franz de Waal, they mention this idea of possibility that religion is the embodiment of these types of, or the abstraction of these types of beliefs that are going on in our brain. But either way. But it proves that this idea of looking at things objectively, I think we fooled ourselves a bit. Or we go, oh, I'm looking at it objectively. But then we made subconscious the part of our brain that gives value to everything and gives meaning to everything. And in doing so, we're not really actively choosing where we put our meaning. And I think the way we update that is by really questioning what we give meaning to. That's why I think the power of a question is so important. And the reason is there was a study they did where you bring in people and you have them write, say, 1,000 words on something. And you usually try to choose something there again. So if you bring in a bunch of, a good example, that's pretty much the study showed, if you bring a bunch of Occupy Wall Street people in, right? And you tell them to write a 4-page essay on why business is good. First of all, they're going to grumble and throw a bitch fit about it, but they'll write it out. And if you get them to write it out in entirety, why it's good, like honestly, why is business good, and have them go through it. Check in with them 6 months later. They will have improved views on business. Long term, it sticks with them. So what I'm saying is, it's almost like recoding. If the right side of your brain has this map, it's like remapping your brain when you say, what is this or what is that? And you really think about something. I think the power is in a question, because it's like abstracting that compartment out. And we do think categorically, that category out, and you have to reanalyze it, pull in the parts that are good or bad? Why are they good or bad? And you really think about where you got those from. Was that from certain experiences? Was it from certain ideas? Was it from something somebody told me and I just said, screw it? Was it from something I read? You know, how deep am I into this, that this is real for me? And so what I believe is our ability to ask questions actually strengthens our free will muscle, such that you can remap constantly as new facts come in, which I think is what we're supposed to do. And I think is, if you think of it this way, we're in a new active place of evolution where we're trying to get these two parts of our brains to work cohesively more than ever. And what I'm asking you to do is make conscious this part that we've generally driven into the unconscious, that why we give value and meaning to everything. What does it mean to be, like I said in one of my other videos, what does it mean to be a man? Or what does it mean to be a woman? Or what does it mean to be straight? What does it mean to be gay or anything like that? These are ideas that are rooted deeply into who we see we are and how we view other people. And if we can really dig into those, we can transform, so to speak, the narrative of our lives. And I think this idea of what we're seeing in politics is the idea of looking at facts only and not updating or checking in with the narrative and remapping it as necessary as new facts come in is showing the narrative run wild. The right side of your brain totally run wild and control the value and meaning of every fact that comes in, such that it doesn't matter what fact comes in or what idea or event takes place. The brain is telling you what it means without you really having a choice in the matter. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked what I had going on here, hit the like button down below. If you'd like to see more of what I got going on coming here, I'd put out a video every Sunday. Hit the subscribe button. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, a few other ones. I have them listed on there. And if you'd like to have any questions, I'd like you guys to join the conversation. What do you think about this? Are we really free, or are we determined, or is it a bit of a constrained free will like we're talking about here? Is there a bit more to it? Either way, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.